Hi, it's Carla here. Welcome back. If you're new, welcome. Anyway, can you believe it? Episode 3. Yeah. Hi, and welcome to episode 3. I can't believe it. It's actually a long overdue. Well, not long. I normally record on like Saturday night to Sunday, and here it is on Monday, a day off for me, but I'm finally getting around to recording. So welcome back. And if it's your first time, welcome. I hope you take the time to go back. It's not too much to go back and watch episode 1 and 2 to learn a little bit more about me. I am Knit-Nix, that's the name of the podcast on Ravelry, and I am Carla Jean on Instagram. So look me up and friend me on Ravelry and send me a message and just connect, because I'm actually really enjoying that aspect of this whole podcasting thing, as I've made some new friends and gotten some new followers on Instagram, and seen some really great projects and met some really interesting people, because the knitting community is very friendly and supportive of each other. So thanks a lot. Again, I want to say a big thank you to Shannon Fisher from Soxcetera. She and I had a little chit chat last night on Instagram. And so I told her that I'm going to send this out to her for her. I don't know if you've seen this yet. I'll show you the other side, because this is a bag that I created myself. And as you can see here, if I can zoom in there, I even have my label on it. And this is going to house Stella, which is Shannon's cozy memory blanket. So it's coming. I just got to wrap it up. I've got the little envelope thing, and I'm going to wrap that up. Anyway, so yeah. Hi, Shannon, and thanks for all the pod love, and thanks for just supporting me in my endeavors. I'm going to start with what's on the sticks, and I have made a little progress on some of my projects. Last we spoke, I was working with this opal sock yarn, which I love, and I would tell you the colorway, but because it is in German, I don't know what that's all about, and I'm just going to show you. This is sock number 2. I've started sock number 2. I did not get second sock syndrome, and I did my coordinating Deborah Norville red to start at the top, and I even tried to see the striping. I even tried to match the stripes, because on my sock blocker, and I'm going to talk about those as well, is sock number 1. And my mom's not watching because she doesn't do podcasts and she doesn't do technology, so she won't be watching. But these are going to be my mom, who's turning 81 in April. These will be part of her little birthday present. But I did my best, I don't know if you can see that, to match the top striping. See if I can get this better. But I think I did pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. So yeah, these are on that opal sock yarn in a DK weight. And I want to share something. I really want some of those nice wooden sock blockers, but with the ones with like maybe a Canadian flag on the top or a sheep, but they're really expensive. So I think they're like, if you get them sent to Calgary, it's going to be like doing the exchange and everything, right around $50 for 2 little wooden sock blockers. So I did my own when I first started making socks. Now it looks really awful, but what it is I just basically did a sock pattern on a piece of paper, and then I traced it onto a piece of cardboard, and then I secured it with some duct tape, and then I wrapped it in saran wrap. Now it looks awful when it doesn't have a sock on it, But when you put a sock on this, which I'm doing right here, hang on, whoops, just dropped it on the floor. Bear with me. But when you put a sock on it, it actually does fine because it covers up the all the ugliness, and all you're left is a sock that looks not half bad. See? Oh, no, you can actually yard it up even further so you don't even have to see it at all. So, you know, I mean, it's kind of primitive, but it works. So yeah, that's just an idea for those of us who can't have or don't have the $50 budget right now to buy some sock blockers. So anyway, so that's that. And so that's my first what's on the sticks. And my second project, which is on the sticks, and I have this on my second sock blocker. Do you remember these? My denim socks. I call them my jean socks or my denim socks. I have the second one of that, and I've officially rounded the corner on these ones. So I have, you know, gone past the heel. And yeah, so I'm gonna probably this week, hopefully, finish those right up and have those finished so I can wear them before spring comes and I won't be wearing woolly socks anymore. So that is what is on the sticks. I think that's it. Yeah, I have another one, the one that I had last week that had I hadn't made any progress on, and I still have it. So that is what's on the sticks. And now I can talk to you a little bit about what's off the sticks. Now, in my intro, in the podcast, I had these. And now my friends who've seen these are for my husband. And these, I think on my Ravelry, I think I called them my something out of nothing mitts. I think I called them Tim's mitts, but really, these are totally made out of little bits of colorful worsted weight yarn. Actually, I think it might even be bulky. Aran weight maybe? Bulky yarn that I had, just tiny little balls, and I just basically divided them into two, and I just kept going. And this is a pattern that I kind of created on my own. I was just playing around, and yeah, so these are Tim's mittens that I made, and these are a project that I made earlier this winter, and I made them for him, and he uses them in the mornings when we walk our dog Tucker. So that's one of my what's off the sticks. And another project that I made that I absolutely love is in my local yarn shop. We have one of my local yarn shops called The Loop. They have lots of little projects showing up to show how, you know, basically they highlight their yarn. And I fell in love with this pattern, and this is called the Blended Cowl. And I love this, and the reason I love this so much is because, and I've made this one twice, and you can see that if you friend me, you'll see it on my projects. I've made two blended cowls, one for myself, this one, which I love. And see, I have two winter coats. I have a red coat and a pink coat. And if you can see here, that's the other side. But when I wear it this way, I can wear it with my red coat. And if I flip it the other way, I can wear it with my brown coat. So browns and pinks. So yeah, I love this pattern. I don't know who the, it's a paid pattern, and it's on Rav. And I don't know who the pattern is by, but I will put it on the notes along the bottom here in a little title so you'll know. But I love this, and the reason, like I was saying, for my principal I made one. Hers is navy blue and it's got lime greens in it, but what I like about it is on this part here, this is a phenomenal use of scraps. This one, it was just a color changing yarn, and I'll have that in there. The one is a Noro yarn, and the other one, I can't remember, but I'll put those up along the bottom as well, the types of yarn. But if you didn't have a color changing yarn, you could totally use scraps, and I'm a big advocate of trying to use up every little bit. But I love this. This is cozy, it's soft, and it keeps me warm in the winter, which it's not very winterish here in Calgary right now. let's see. Oh, this week, the grocery girls, Tracy and Jody, were talking about projects. And Jody started out as a crocheter, and she still crochets, and I still like to crochet. And I too did a lot of crocheting, and she showed off some of her hats. She plunked them on her head. And I made this hat, I guess about a year ago. And I made it for a colleague's son, who's she wanted a fun little hat for him. So inspired, not that it's exactly him because I don't want to get copyright problems, but inspired by the movie Frozen, I made a snowman hat. And it's kind of cute, but it's scary. So I'm going to show you this. I'm going to creep him up from here. And if you were a kid, would this not scare you? Anyway, this is the snowman, or inspired by the snowman from that movie. And it has a carrot nose, and he's got those funny teeth. But if I was a kid, I would be really afraid of this hat. It's fully lined inside with a nice cozy lining. And I even stuffed the top of the head. So anyway, I think it's kind of cute, but he's kind of scary. And I would think, anyway, the reason I made it for him is because she said he loved the movie, but it's too small for his head. Actually, I think this, oh, and here's a little, one of my tags. It says Knit-Nix Creations on it. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, but yeah, it was a fun little hat. I totally created this pattern myself. I took a look at the picture and made it myself. But I still have it because I don't have I guess my grandson, but I don't want to scare him. I don't have a little person that would fit. So if you got a suggestion, maybe I'll send it off to charity or something. I'm not sure. But that's one of my finished objects, or what's off the sticks. Hi, I just paused to take a bit of a break. The next portion of my my podcast is going to be about a movie review. It's called, I think I called this section Books and Flicks. And last week I reviewed a book from Susan B. Anderson. It's her Kids Knitting Workshop book, and I absolutely love that book. And it still hasn't arrived at my school. We've ordered it from Amazon, but it hasn't arrived yet. And so yeah, it's going to be, I'm just going to adjust my camera a little bit. I had a bit of a technical difficulty. It feels like you're just seeing my head. Yeah, the book last week was Susan B. Anderson's Kids Knitting Workshop, which is a phenomenal book. This week I want to talk about a movie, and the movie is called The Road Within. Now, this is definitely not a movie that you want to watch with young children, but my husband and I like to find what I call like quirky movies, or movies that are not real, not the blockbuster, or the ones that, I don't know, that get all the big ratings. We like to find kind of the little, maybe lower budget movies. But anyway, the one that I picked this week is a movie called The Road Within. Now, sorry, I just knocked my camera. If you have US Netflix, you can watch this on Netflix. There's 3 stars in it. One of the male actors is from the movie Slumdog Millionaire. He was the young boy in that, and he plays a boy who is troubled with OCD. And then Lenny Kravitz's daughter plays a young girl who has anorexia nervosa, an eating disorder. And then the boy, his last name is Sheehan, but I don't think he's related to the stars, the Sheehan's family, but I could be wrong. Anyway, he has Tourette's syndrome. So the 3 characters in this movie, they go on a journey. They basically, I don't want to give it away, but they basically take a journey, a car trip across the U.S. to the coast. And anyway, the movie is fab. I watched it on my Netflix, but we have Netflix when we're in the States. We watch it on I guess our Canadian Netflix travels with us, so then we get US content. But then when I tried to show somebody in Canada when I got back, it wasn't on there. So I'm not exactly sure how you would go about renting it here in Canada, but if you're in the US, it's definitely a movie that you could easily watch and enjoy. I liked it anyway. There's a lot of language in it that is kind of inappropriate, but you know, the young man who plays the boy with Tourette's, he's troubled by outbursts, and sometimes the content, sorry, I had a bit of a camera trouble. Sometimes the content is has a lot of coarse language in it and inappropriate content, but really the relationship between the three of them and their journey, and you know, the things that they go through, and the basically the hurdles that they jump over together is pretty awesome. And I just love the message in the movie, and it's about relationship, which I love in a movie. So if you haven't seen it, I looked on Green Tomatoes, which is a site that I often check for to see how they rate it. They didn't rate it very well, but regardless, if you don't mind coarse content, the story behind it is awesome. So yes, and not for young viewers, and not for those of you who don't like a little bit of coarse language, but the actual movie itself, I really, really enjoyed, and I would recommend it. 33% Green Tomatoes on Green Tomato, the Rotten Tomatoes website. So yeah, but maybe I'm recommending something that nobody will like, but I absolutely enjoyed that movie, and I would recommend you taking a look. And at the end here, I just wanted to, I don't have any acquisitions, no fix this week. So sorry, I'm on a bit of a yarn diet because I did buy those 20 balls of, or skeins of sock yarn just recently. And my husband watched the podcast, the second episode, and he goes, "You what? How come I didn't know?" And I says, "I don't know. I knew you were going to watch the podcast, so I'm not trying to keep it from you." But anyway, so yeah, 20 balls of sock yarn, it was going to take me a while. So I don't want to be a hoarder or have too much yarn, but I guess we can never have too much yarn. But I don't have any acquisitions. And the mix, this is the end of my little podcast here. I know I don't like to talk too long or make these too long. I'm hoping that it's going to be under 30 minutes is always my goal, and they all seem to be right around 30 minutes. October 1st and 2nd is Knit City in Vancouver. And I've talked to podcasters online, and I've watched some podcasts and found out that several podcasters are going to go to Knit City October 1st and 2nd. So please, if you want to meet up with some Canadian podcasters, and I think some of the US ones are coming too. I think Sticks Plus Twine is going from Toronto. Eric is going. I think the Grocery Girls, Tracy and Jody, are going. I know Shannon is like next door to it, so she's going to go. And I'm going to go. And who else told me that they were going? Oh, I think the Lone Larch podcast. I think she's going as well. Oh, and Julie, the Diary of a Yarn Snob, she is planning on going too. So yes, it would be great if any of you would or were thinking of going, that you will go, because I plan on going, and I hope to meet up with some of my favorite podcasters and hope to, share a little love and do some shopping and hopefully maybe take a class or two. So anyway, if you're planning on going to, or even considering it, think of going, because it's going to be a lot of fun. That's October 1st and 2nd in Vancouver. So that's the little bit of mix about me. And today is I told you I'm a part-time teacher. Today is a day off for me. So I am home. Should be doing homework because parent-teacher interviews are Thursday, Friday. But I thought I would try to put a little podcast together, and I will put this up. I know what I'm going to ask. I have a question. If anybody knows a faster way to upload to YouTube, please share that with me. And also, I'm having problems with my camera kind of doing the focus, refocus. Is it because I'm too close? Should I be back here? I'm not really sure, but I'm having a tough time with my camera, and I even watched my episode 2 and kind of got dizzy because of kind of the focus, refocus thing. So if anybody's got some information on how to improve my podcasting, I'm a real newbie. So if you can help me with ways or programs. I'm currently using it on my iPhone, and I'm also using iMovie as my designated video editor. So if anybody can help me with that, I would love if you could share that with me. So putting that out there. Anyway, I'll see you later from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And hopefully I'll edit this and get this up soon. Anyway, have a great day, and we'll chat soon. Bye now. Okay, this is for you, Shannon. This is my silly singing. Here we go. It's Fergie. La da da da. The smell of your skin lingers on me now. I need some shelter from my own protection, baby, do they? Myself and center, clarity, peace, serenity. I hope you know that this has nothing to do with you. It's personal, myself and I. We got some straightening out to do. It's time to be a big girl now. And big girls don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. Thanks, Shannon. I hope you like it.